fight, grinding every day, pushing through the night. Got the fire in my soul, never back down. In the ring of life, I'm the one with the crown. Sweat and tears, yeah, I paid the cost. Every battle fought, I'm never lost. Hit the ball, feel like a winner. Stand tall, be proud. In the face of doubt, you shout it loud. Feel the strength, let it in. With every step, you're gonna win. Every challenge met, every goal in sight. In the gym, on the grind, it's a warrior's fight. From the bottom to the top, yeah, I've been there. With the heart of a lion, I face the dare. No fear, no limits, just pure drive. In the race of life, I'm alive. With every push, with every strain, I'm a winner, feel the gain. Hit the floor, feel the power. In this moment, it's our hour. Rise above, break the chain. You're a winner, feel no pain. You are a winner, stand tall, be proud. In the face of doubt, you shout it loud. Feel the strength, let it in. With every step, you're gonna win. In this moment, own your name. You are a winner in this game. You are a winner, stand tall, be proud. In the face of doubt, you shout it loud. Feel the strength, let it in. With every step, you're gonna win. Stand tall, in the gym, on the grind, it's a warrior's fight. From the bottom to the top, yeah, I've been there. With the heart of a lion, I face the dare. No fear, no limits, just pure drive. In the race of life, I'm alive. With every push, with every strain, I'm a winner, feel the game. In the mirror, what do you see? Out in the face of doubt, you shout it loud. Feel the strength, let it in. With every step, you're gonna win.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blueclouds Media YouTube channel. Again, welcome back to the show. Yes, Chelsea kept the winning streak alive with a hard fight over and the victory against Brentford. But hold on tight because a lot more to talk about. That yesterday's game was full of nothing but drama, controversy, and Matt Cucurella roller coaster you don't want to miss. A lot as Matt Cucurella banging his first goal ever for Chelsea. And also, he got himself a red card off the field incidents. Yes, Matt Cucurella will be missing one game for Chelsea. But what a player has Matt Cucurella turned into a beast. If you see the battle between Cucurella and is it? I think what's his name? Is it Risa? Oh, if I can remember what his name is, it's really incredible. Visa is the name. Very, very incredible. And Matt Cucurella, what a beast! If you're playing and if he's the guy on you, then I'm sure you're not going to have a good day. Saka will tell you. A lot of different, attacking players will tell you Cucurella is not a player you want to face in the Premier League. 60 million bargain. Lots of people did not like this guy. And in the point of time, I feel like it's a waste of money. But then he has proven almost everyone wrong. Cucurella is the guy we're going to talk about. And Nicholas Jackson, also 35 million from Villarreal, straight to Premier League. And, scouters have done their job. They still have faith in Nicholas Jackson. He's improving day after day. And Chelsea on the winning streak. Are they real title contenders? I want to know that. If you're watching us live in the comment section below, let me know what you think of your Chelsea. And if you're a Chelsea fan, this is the time that you should be the most happiest supporter on earth. Real Madrid, up and down, inconsistency. Barcelona got defeated last night, 1-0. And also Manchester United, Ruben Amorim, he dropped the likes of Garnacho and Rashford. And the team cooked last night. Last night was the last night against Manchester City. City are in a poor run of form, playing very, very badly. Can Pep Guardiola fix the situation at Manchester United? To me, I've already put down
United.
Manchester City. I've put down my verdict. He cannot change. He cannot fix anything. But like I said, let's get things going. You hear Stevens behind there pushing gears and being the backup vocalist over there. So yes, like I said, guys, we're watching you streaming live on two platforms at the same time, X and YouTube. So wherever you're watching us from, let us know in the comment section below. Comment your thoughts on yesterday's game against Brentford. Chelsea have broken that voodoo that's always hunting them against Brentford. Brentford have always had Chelsea's numbers, but time has really come. Chelsea have taken their mojo back. So guys, stay with me. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a second. Hello. Bonjour, sir. Comment t'appelles-tu, sir?
Huh?
Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment?
Why do you always do this as if you expect me to answer when I don't understand what you're saying?
All right, bonjour.
See, I understand bonjour. I understand that.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Okay?
What do you say? Bonjour.
I have no idea what you're saying right now, bro.
Monsieur, sir. Monsieur.
Okay,
Bonjour,
me good, me no understand.
So you also say bonjour, comment t'appelles-tu? Or whatever you want to add to it. Like, how are you? How are you doing?
Again, me no understand other than bonjour. That's all me understand.
You might not petit to say British people would never learn any other language. They're just like Americans.
No, we do. Bro, I was made to learn French and Spanish, but it's so many years ago that I don't remember it.
Steven, I did French.
So...
I did French in school.
Bro, I had to do French and Spanish. I had to do both.
I didn't do Spanish, to be honest with you. I walk away from that one. But
I had no choice.
Anyway,
I literally had no choice.
Yeah, I move away from that. I move away from Spanish because Spanish was never part of our syllabus because
bro, we got
nothing to do with
it.
The only thing that we were forced
our exams pretty much.
We were forced English from elementary to middle school. High school, you got to choose either French or English.
English makes sense because English is one of the most universally spoken languages. That makes sense.
Yeah, it is.
But being forced to learn two different languages in French and Spanish, and you wonder why people get confused. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, the amount of times, because we'll have like French and Spanish in like the same day sometimes, yeah? And then they'll go to you, like if one of my friends, for example, said something wrong, they'll go, how you got it wrong? You've been learning this subject for so long. And my friend will reply with, well, yeah, but I've also been learning whichever other one we're not in, French or Spanish. So you can surely understand why there's a mix-up.
Exactly.
Like you can't moan at us when the flipping schools make you learn both. It's not our fault.
Okay. Let's get things going. Steven.
Mm-hmm.
Big game yesterday. You were there. I was here in my studio watching it live here in the studio, and you were at Stamford Bridge. The euphoria. Can you narrate the story from start to finish? Take us through it. Chelsea had Brentford numbers this time. Thomas Frank did his pre-match interview. Pre-match is a post-match interview. Post-match, that's after the match, and he said,
didn't he say that they deserved something from the game or something?
What the question was, is it difficult for you to play against a better side in the Premier League? Which he said they're a very better side. They were drilled, and to be honest with you, they spend a lot of money. You expect them to be where they are now.
Here we go, the money argument.
Yeah. Now they're using the money to cover up the excuses that we
spent loads of money each of the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and you still beat us. So why is it an argument now that they've spent so much money?
The same amount of money last season, and they still beat us. And they didn't say, no one said, they spent a lot of money, but they couldn't beat us.
We spent more last year.
But I was saying, same amount of money. Pretty much the same amount last year.
We spent more last year. 100% we spent more last year. Because you had the Caicedo deal last year.
Yeah.
So you still beat us then. So why is the whole money thing a thing now when you were beating us? It wasn't a thing that got said.
interested. But big up to Scala in the building. And then we have our brother Randall. I'm sure he's also. I'm sure I'm pronouncing the name right. He's also in the building with us. He says hi to Nate Zion and hi to you too, my brother. Hope you are doing very, very well. Absolutely very well. I'm sure if you're a United fan, it's a platform to be. If you're a Chelsea fan, I'm sure you're one of the most happiest supporters in the world right now. But Steven, like I said, take us through the euphoria, the feelings of Stamford Bridge, and how the announcer said, "Let's make the bridge a fortress again."
Well, no,
Take us through.
that's not quite what he said. What he actually said, I know you got sent the video, but it's also early for you, so you probably actually forgot what it was. But essentially, what he said was,
I had what he said. You sent me the video. I had it.
yeah, no, but it wasn't. Let's make it a fortress. It was we're unbeaten
haven't
here since
win.
the first game of the
Exactly.
season.
Yeah.
We're unbeaten here since the first game of the season. Welcome to Fortress Stamford Bridge.
Welcome to Fortress Stamford Bridge. It's just like making the place.
We are
like,
making
we don't
it
lose
fortress
it anymore.
again.
Like
we said it at the back end of last season. We had a decent record back end of last season, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
And previously, we didn't have such a good record for quite a while. And I said, like, it does really feel like we're starting to become hard to beat at home again.
Yeah.
Which is something that didn't happen for a long time, the last couple of years. So, yeah, that was the very last thing he said, because he does one last reading of the Chelsea team and then he always says something at the end. That was what he went with today. Oh, well, I say today. That's what he went with yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, like, realistically, he could have said, win this and we have a chance to go top of the league next weekend. He could have chose anything, but he went for the Fortress one.
I think that's more dope. I feel like that's more dope because
I prefer the Fortress one because the Fortress one affects that moment there and then. Because we can't go top till next weekend, even if it's only for an hour. So making the comment about the Fortress was the right way to go. But my point is, he could have literally picked anything and he went for the Fortress one, which was the smart move to do.
Right. All right, take us through. Steven, first half, second half. To me, yesterday, when I was watching, Sanchez was incredible. Where has this Sanchez been from the beginning of the season?
Where now we have to have this conversation again.
Yeah, but where has this Sanchez been? Cucurella, outstanding. I couldn't even pick up the man of the match. I couldn't even pick up, although Cucurella scored the goal.
Cucurella or Caicedo for me?
One of them.
Caicedo. I think I gave it to Caicedo in the end.
I felt like it was between Caicedo, Cucurella, who was intersecting. Caicedo was just blocking everything. And Madueke said in the first half he wasn't that great. Madueke was very good. You know why I'm saying he was good? He did the right thing. He wasn't selfish today. He let the ball go at the right time, give it to the right place, not trying to go for glory, individual glory, that brilliant thing that he's been doing. That costs Chelsea number of goals. This time, yesterday, he was on point. He wasn't selfish at all. And I was like, this is the kind of player that Enzo Maresca is looking for from Noni Madueke. But yeah, continue, Steven.
Yeah. I think I chose Caicedo in the end. Caicedo, for me yesterday, that performance, and he's been putting in great performances for a while now. Yeah. The majority of the time he's been putting in these performances, except from the first maybe month or so where he was adjusting. Yeah. That performance, bro, he was literally everywhere. That performance, and this is very high praise, but it's deserved praise, reminded me of prime N'Golo Kante. That's what that reminded me of yesterday. That Caicedo performance took me back to Kante.
It did. I was reading something.
It felt like having someone who could just be everywhere in that midfield, just clear everything up. And Caicedo's been doing it for a while, but I feel like it was an extra level yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he was smashing into players, jumping into challenges like a madman at times. Like, it was just so fun to watch. I'd also say that thank goodness we got our second goal from Nicholas Jackson when we did, because at that point Brentford were starting to really put pressure on our goal. I mean, moments before Jackson scored, they smashed one off the bar. Also, credit to Levi Colwell on that. He got a toe on it, which takes it slightly away from the attacker, makes it harder for him, which is slightly why it hits the crossbar and doesn't go in the back of the net.
The only thing I didn't like yesterday is that goal that we conceded. I think that Tosi should have done better. He should have read the game very well.
Tosin did try. Tosin did try and take him.
I know he did, but he should have done better. He could have done much better than he trying. He could have done much, because you saw that Caicedo, was it Caicedo Cucurella? Is that Cucurella or Caicedo? One of them was that close to the one in Boma. So keep moving already. You got to move away because the guy has pace. And Boma has more pace than Tosi.
I'd also argue Sanchez has to do better with that. He had a great game, but he has to do better. He gets a touch on it, he needs to be stronger on that. You got a touch on it, you need to be stronger on it. But other than that, very good from Sanchez. But when I said about when you're praising Sanchez you got two defenders marking one player. Okay, but
so it was 3v1.
He literally got a hand on it.
Yeah, that means that Sanchez did much better. The defender should have done better than Sanchez. There's nothing that Sanchez can do. The ball was much more played. But in the first place, why should they allow the ball to pass those two defenders before you get to the goal?
Tosin tried. Tosin actually tried to take.
His try was not enough. If you're going to slide better. If he
doesn't try, you moan about it, yeah? If he does try,
I'm not moaning. I'm saying he should read the game well. He was behind. He was behind the troopers. Tosi was behind the troopers, Steven. Tosi was right behind the troopers. He should have read the ball that one player is running with him and the pass is going to go. And this guy is going to run past that whatever defender it was. I can't remember who exactly it was. You get what I'm saying? He should have done better. I'm not saying he did not try. I gave him that respect. He tried, but he should have done better. I think did he go with his right foot? Did he go with his right foot?
I can't remember which one, but I know he went for the sliding challenge. The thing is, it was Vissa that scored, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it wasn't Vissa. In Burma.
But he also, you have to give credit to him as well, because that heavy touch he takes is an intentional one that's timed absolutely perfectly. I
give him the credit. That's why I said you cannot blame Sanchez. That's why you cannot blame Sanchez, Steven.
No, he got a hand on it. I'm sorry, if you get a hand on it, yeah, in that situation, he has to be stronger.
No, but none of the defenders were able to stop the ball. Tosi did not touch it, and the other defender did not touch it. But Sanchez was able to try to stop it, but there was so much power in it. Just like you say, you have to give the credit to the attacker for putting. There was much power in it.
I'm saying you give credit for him for the touch that takes it past Tosin. But Sanchez still has to be stronger there. If you've got a hand to it, your wrist needs to be stronger. Your hand needs to be stronger there. You've got enough on it to actually try to stop it in the sense that you've made contact. But it wasn't enough. You need to have a stronger hand there. I feel like that's one of the issues with Sanchez. Sometimes when he goes for saves, it's almost like he goes with it with like a weak hand, weak wrist, and that's why sometimes he doesn't make certain saves that we feel he should make.
Exactly.
But outside of that, yeah, big respect to Sanchez for the majority of the game because he made 2-3 big saves.
Powerful saves, world-class saves, world-class saves.
I mean, that one on the volley that he jumps and he has to tip over on the angle like that. Yeah, you know what I'm on about. You know where he is midair, his legs are spread, his arms up like that.
Yeah, the one that the chance was in the 18. It was right in the 18.
That was another Embuemo one, wasn't it? Or was that?
No, it wasn't him.
It
wasn't him. Yeah. It wasn't Embuemo. It wasn't Embuemo. It was I think
it's sometimes hard to make out the numbers and stuff from where I sit. So
I know. So we get advantage over you right now because we're very close to the TV. DC Thiago Silva was in the stadium.
You can tell, sometimes you can't.
Thiago Silva was in the stadium.
Yeah, the Brazilian season's finished now, so he'll probably be around for a fair bit.
Yeah, he was. I see them
Because his
sitting down
sons
with the
are,
screen.
I believe his sons are still in Cobham, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, he'll probably be over for quite a while now.
Do you know this Brazilian legend, Inter Milan legend, Andrino? You know Andrino?
I think I know who you're on about. Yeah.
Yeah, Andrino also his son, his younger son. I don't know if it's younger son or elder son. He's also a striker, and he's doing very well in Brazil right now.
You
So,
see who else Thiago went to see the other day? He went
no.
to Milan and he saw Zlatan, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. He went to Milan. He saw Zlatan. I think the Pulisic. It was in the Pulisic documentary. That
He went.
documentary is just
What's it called? He basically went to a couple of his former clubs, essentially.
oh, it's just going around in Europe, right?
May as
I'm
well.
not sure if you have you watched the documentary, the Pulisic documentary. It's just a
Ah,
load of bullshit. It's just a lot of bullshit. Stereotype people trying to make it Americans that we're not recognized in Europe. That's all. That's all the documentary is about.
Pulisic is
Oh,
actually recognised in Europe because of the fact that him, like Gio Reyna, okay, Gio Reyna hasn't had a takeoff like Pulisic did. That's why he ended up on loan in the Premier League with, I think it was Forest. But Pulisic was known because obviously he was at Dortmund and he was absolutely on fire for Dortmund. And then he got that big move to Chelsea. So he was actually recognised. It's
yeah,
just
they
that
believe.
not many Americans come over to Europe, and not many Americans that come over to Europe are good enough to make it big in Europe.
I agree. I agree with you with that. They're not good enough, and
Pulisic was an exception. Pulisic's only downside was his injury history.
yeah, and I Chelsea have to let him go. We're having the same thing with Reece James. I hope that Reece James come up because this is the last chance. Steven. This is the last chance for Reece. We are on the same pool right now. That if Reece come back and it goes injured again, then that should be the end. Because I don't know what else we can. I know everyone is supporting Reece James. Almost everyone that I know as a Chelsea supporter is supporting Reece James to get better, and no one is trying to push him away. Says, did you watch the derby? Which of the derby? Is it
I'm
Chelsea?
presuming they mean Manchester.
Manchester derby? Oh, the Manchester one. Because it was two derby over the weekend, right? Chelsea and Brentford's the derby. It's the London derby. And then the Manchester.
West London derby, yeah.
Yeah, Manchester United and
Man
Manchester
City.
City is also a derby. Yeah, we watch it. Very, very interesting. We're even going to talk about it.
Because I was at Chelsea.
Yeah, I watched it right
Bro,
after that.
I got out the car and it was 1-0, yeah? By the time I got to Stamford Bridge and got to the entrance and they did the search, because they always do a search, got my phone out, 1-0, Bruno Fernandes penalty. I kid you not, in the minute I walked to my gate, tapped my card, walked up the stairs to the concourse, I hear Chelsea fans going mad for 2-1 to Man United. Because right now, Chelsea don't care for Man United because our real issue right now out of the Manchester clubs is Man City. So we want Man City to drop points so we can build a gap to them.
Yeah, Man City, Liverpool. Liverpool, I know they cannot sustain it. I know that Liverpool don't have enough. But if you look at yesterday's
one
game,
or two injuries away from disaster.
Do what?
Liverpool 1 or 2 injuries away from disaster. If Salah gets injured, they're in the shite.
Yeah. I mean, from
I
watching
don't
the
want him to
derby,
get injured. I don't want any player to get injured. It's just factually speaking, if he gets injured, they are in the mud.
It will happen. It's not something that you have to say. It will happen definitely. They're not robots. They're humans. But I think the Manchester United, Manchester City,
this is the argument I make about players getting injured all the time.
Yeah.
Like people like Arteta and how they manage their players.
Mm-hmm.
You got situations where players get injured and he rushes them back, for example, and then you wonder why they get injured for longer duration of time. Well, if your manager wasn't such a donkey and he didn't rush them back, they might be available more often.
Yep. I mean,
Chelsea don't have that issue. Chelsea don't rush players back from injury. We just have very bad luck when it comes to injuries.
I did discuss this with Maya and McCain yesterday over here on the show. I felt like yesterday's derby, like I was, let me say this real quick. Yesterday's derby, Manchester City were very unlucky because they were the better team, but giving those chances away.
Everything I was hearing, I was listening to the radio on the way up to Chelsea, and it sounded like United were the team that were in control. That's what it sounded like. I think knees got kicked. I'm not sure what's happened there. But yeah, from what I was seeing what I was hearing, seemed like United were more in control and deserved to get the 3 points from it. See if I can find out what's happening. I'm curious as to who you guys had as your player of the match. I mean, for me, Caicedo. It was between Caicedo or Cucurella for me. Not sure who you guys had. Just whilst we wait for Nee, see what's happened there. But I think he's got kicked for whatever reason.
What happened?
You get kicked?
We both got kicked at the same time.
I didn't get kicked. I was still here.
Oh dear. I was like, whilst we're waiting for Steven to join, so it means like whatever I was saying, no one heard me.
Yeah, you weren't here on my side, but I wasn't kicked.
Oh boy.
Yay! StreamYard issues again.
Steven, I was asking, do you think that Pep Guardiola can fix the problem going on with Manchester City right now?
Depends. Look, let's put it simply, yeah. We can point to the City injuries all we want.
Yeah.
But the issues run deeper than Rodri.
Well,
For whatever reason, those players aren't performing now.
It can be Rodri because this team is way bigger than Rodri. It can be a one-man team. You get what I'm saying? It can be a one-man team.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's other stuff there that is obviously going on because.
What do you think it is?
Honestly, I think part of it is that partially Rodri, but that's not the majority of it. I think another part of it is that it's an aging older squad.
I was going to say.
Which I think is the majority of it. And then on top of that, I feel like they've kind of come too predictable. Like, realistically, if you can shut down Haaland, they're not going to get many goals outside of that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, realistically, if you can mark Haaland effectively, they are in the shit, for lack of a better word.
I think they're very leggy. They're getting too old. There's not enough energy in the midfield. Bernardo Silva, whatever Silvas they have in the midfield. Kevin De Bruyne is too old. He doesn't have enough legs in the midfield either. And some of the defense, what's his name? Josko Vradio, whatever his name is, beginning of the season, he was that good. He was scoring goals. Yeah. But I think that Pep Guardiola is making them do too much with his team that is already struggling. Don't you think it's about time they go back to basic? Do the basic thing. When you get that confidence, then we can start playing Pep style of football again. Because from what I saw, I was reading this into it. Look, Pep Guardiola had an issue. He didn't have any issue with Barcelona. Barcelona team that he took over was already prepared by Rijkaard. Rijkaard have already prepared that team. The Ronaldinho's were.
I'm just trying to find out the average age of their squad.
And the Iniestas were all coming in. So that team was already also very young. That team was already cooked. And he took over and won whatever he wants to win, domestic trophies after trophies, and win Champions League. Then he moved away from Barcelona to Bayern Munich. When he got to Bayern Munich, the team was already set for him. It was a job for him to win Champions League with Bayern Munich. And he failed. He couldn't do it. The team was going down and down. He didn't know how to fix it. And he left the team. He came to Manchester City. They spent over 500 million in the defense line alone. On the defense line alone, over 400 million. To even talk about the midfield and the attack. And he has never been in a situation when the going is bad that he has to fix it. From Barca, Bayern Munich to Manchester City. So he's struggling, and I feel like
this way, right?
He's going to leave the football club. Call it to quit. He will quit because the lose is coming too much, and he will leave the football club.
Nee.
Yeah.
Let's put it like this, right? We're saying about the age of the City squad. We're in match week 16, yeah? I've loaded up that transfer market website, yeah? 10. That's 20. So Man City's week 10 squad was the 19th oldest this season. Yeah?
19th oldest.
That was their week 10 team.
And we have 20 teams.
21, 22, 23.
21.
Their week 4 team was the 24th oldest this season. Their week 14 team, so 2 weeks ago, was the 25th oldest this season. I am going somewhere with this. Just I need this page to load because we're about to get to Man City squad for this weekend. This weekend was the 39th oldest Premier League team this season. But Man City have, in the top 50 squads in terms of oldest age for the Premier League this season, Man City have about 7, I think it is. 7 out of the top 50 oldest, I think it is. So that's 10. Okay, so 3 out of 20, 5 out of 30, 6 out of 30, out of 40 rather. 6 out of 50 of the oldest Premier League squads this season have been Man City. All of those are over an average age of 28 years old. If we look at their team from yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Their starting 11, you had Edison, who's 31, Kyle Walker, who's 34, Ruben Dias, who's 27, Vardiel, who's 22, Ilkay Gundogan, who's 34, Nunes, who's 26, Bernardo Silva, 30, De Bruyne, 33, Foden, 24, Doku, 22, and Haaland, 24. Well, Gundogan will go again soon. De Bruyne will be going soon. Silva will be going soon. Walker will be going soon, although that doesn't harm them, even though he's club captain. He's been poor for a while now.
Yeah.
And then maybe Edison goes soon as well. So, yeah, about 5 of the main players are over the age of 30, well, 30 or older. They'll be going soon. And the issue is, like Bernardo Silva is 30. He'll potentially stay around another few years. But De Bruyne's 33. Walker's 34. Okay, he starts for them, but has he really been that good? No. And then Gundogan's 34 as well. But how old's Rodri is actually the question I want to...
I was thinking maybe 25.
I'm checking now. Let's go
I'm
squad.
predicting 25 of Rodri.
Rodri, where the are you, mate? Rodri's 28.
28.
Yeah. Kovacic is
squad, bro.
me. Put it this way, right? Their midfield. De Bruyne, 33. Gundogan, 34. Kovacic, 30. He's got to be 31 at the end of the season. Rodri is 28. He'll be 29 by the start of next season. Mateus Nunes is 26. Let's just include McAtee, even though he's barely played for them this season. He's only played 2 minutes this season, apparently. So actually, I'm not going to include him. Let's include Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva's 30. He'll be 31 at the start of the Premier League season.
Yeah.
Like, the majority of their midfield is 30 years or older, bro. Literally, the only exceptions there are Rodri, who's 28. He's got to be 29 by the start of next season because his birthday's in June. Yeah? Mateus Nunes is 26. He's got to be 27 at the start. Well, about a week, 2 weeks into the Premier League season next year. Other than that, their whole midfield is 30 years or older. The thing is, if you have a few players that are
Not
like
too old,
32,
but yeah,
33,
averaging
34,
aging.
whatever, right, throughout the team, yeah? If those ages are throughout the team, maybe your goalkeeper or your backup keeper, whatever, or one or two of your defenders, one or two of your midfielders, and then your like backup striker or your main striker, for example, you can fix that. You can go bit by bit, rebuild. But your whole midfield is, for the most part, over 30 or even over 33.
Anyway.
Like I said, though, Kovacic should stay around. Obviously, Rodri, Nunes probably stays around, and Bernardo Silva. But still, De Bruyne to be going soon. Now, that's the issue for them. Liverpool have a similar issue, bro. Like, their main players are Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent, who are all out of contract in the summer. Granted, there is now talks with all three of them. Yeah?
Yeah.
But say one or two of them don't re-sign, then we could see a drop-off next season.
How about Arsenal? You worried about Arsenal?
Me worried about Arsenal?
They can score goals.
Let me think.
I'll give you time. Think about it. Nah.
The thing,
Why?
I said it.
Why?
I said it to people around me, right? The issue with Arsenal is that it's not the squad age, right? It's not the squad age or anything like that. The issue with them is that they went too early on saying they're title contenders, which added pressure to the players. Yeah? Unnecessary pressure because they was not ready for the Premier League title challenge, yeah?
Yeah.
That put pressure on them.
I agree.
They finished second, I think, by a fair bit in the end. Last season, they had it in their hands until about 2-3 weeks before the end, I think it was. And then they fumbled it. Yeah? But the season before, it was, I think the record that they got the season before, the first year they were challenging or something, it was, they were top for the most days to not win the title. Do you know how mad that is? Nee.
Real crazy. Yeah.
Chelsea have the record for being top for the most number of days and winning the title. Yeah. Arsenal have the record for being top for the most number of days and not winning the title. They went too early. And then you've got a manager that's rushing players back because they don't have the depth in their squad. That's the other main issue. Like, not only did they go too early on title challenge and potentially burn out some of their players, yeah, and then you rush them back every week because you're Mikel Arteta and I'm going to do what I want, whatever, right? You don't have the depth in your squad if you're Arsenal. You just don't. You look at that squad, right? Where's the depth?
You don't see that much. They've even sent Fabio, what's his name? Fabio something. That skinny guy.
Vieira?
Yeah, Fabio Vera it was a good player. He could be a better player off the bench to come and help them out. So the squad depth, they're lacking a lot. They have young, now they have academy players from that they are using to help the team out from the bench. Academy players. Nathan, what they call Nathan Inouama or whatever they call him. And some other
Nwaneri.
Manieri and some other.
Nwaneri or something. I've
Yeah,
probably butchered that,
whatever.
but it is what it is.
Name it. He's a good player, but not for the Premier League. He's not ready for the Premier League.
He's not ready.
But
He
Stephen,
needs
I
a
have a
loan.
question. Which age would you consider a player to be in his prime? I said from 25. Someone said from 28.
Depends on position because goalkeepers primes later on.
No, not goalkeeper. Outfield players. Not goalkeepers. Outfield players.
25, 26. Up
Yeah,
until
that's what I
about
said.
28, 29.
Makim said 28. I said 28.
I'd say
getting too old.
it depends, right?
Getting too old.
I'd say typically it's between the ages of 25 up to about 28, 29, maybe even 30. You've got a window there. You've got a window of a few years where you're in your prime. There's no set 1 year you're in your prime because that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I even
There's a
said
window of time
to
where you're in your
someone.
prime.
I said there's a limit when there's a player that can hit his form. He can be good at 21, all the way up to like 24, but it doesn't mean he's in his prime. You have to wait until prime. When you talk about prime, it comes with maturity, consistency, and injury free. Those are the things that comes with player being in his prime. He plays a lot of game. He's got a lot of experience, how to maneuver. He knows how to sleep.
Consistently good level performance, I should say.
Yeah, good level performance, which involve on field and off the field. His behavior or habit that he put up after the game. At times he sleeps very well, eating the right food. All those things help a player who is in his prime continue that consistency for a long time. We can see players fade out when they get to like 25 because they were not taking care of themselves when they're in the youthful age. They were partying too much. They were not sleeping wisely. So it will take effect on you. You're doing certain stuff that you're not supposed to do, like Dele Alli. We've talked about Dele Alli the other day, and we all feel very bad for Dele Alli.
It is a sad story, his one, from his upbringing and all that.
Yeah.
Like, it was really bad, like, the stuff that happened with him.
Yeah, I had some molestations and some
drug
usage.
Then he got into substance abuse and stuff like that. It is genuinely a really sad story. Like
this, But anyway, Scala, we have Scala in the house. Scala. Herbert, welcome back to the show. Manchester United are cooking. Are you guys back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
United back. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we are cooking or we are back. I think on an individual game, I think that was probably one of my favorite away victories at Manchester City. And there haven't been too many. I can count on one hand, but probably I'll say second because the one which we stopped them from winning the league, the one which Paul Pogba went mad. I think that's my favorite in the recent times. Other than that, no one can top the Van Persie last minute goal. But this really come close because yesterday I didn't see, like, of all the 11 players, I didn't see like a single bad performer. Maybe except for Delo, I think all the rest of the other guys, or you can even see a bit of Onana, but all of them was solid, man. They're really, really solid. Everyone was like a 7 out of 10. And even the goal which we conceded, that was really like a jammy goal. So like an unfortunate deflection that turned into a beautiful cross. And then, Guardiola, he headed it. But apart from that, Man City didn't create a single decent chance. That's something which I have to give credit to our team because we expect, despite Man City being this rut of not winning games, one in whatever, I think 7 or something like that, they are still a very good team. They have still very good players, but The fact that we limited them to just one big opportunity, and Haaland was pretty much invisible, that just shows like how well we have done. Because Amorim, he's just the second manager after Ferguson, not Ferguson, after Mourinho, to win his Manchester derby, first Manchester derby. Otherwise, we got hammered, absolutely hammered under Ten Hag. Both Foden and Haaland, they scored hat tricks. So yeah, man, it's a nice way to come off. This is like his big first victory, because he lost to Arsenal. Again in that game also, Arsenal didn't do much. They just had two corners and they scored. So we are limiting the other teams to fair few chances, So that's something I'm taking lots of positive on, because every transition team, I'm not talking about style of play, I'm just talking about the team in general. I think you do well when you have a very good defense. I think that I will never change on that, because if you have a good defense, you can always build. Even when Mourinho came to Chelsea and you went into that record-breaking season. He always said that if you have a good defense, even when he won with Inter Milan, he always relied on a good defense. So that Amorim, he's very serious on that aspect. And yeah, man, that victory was sweet, and I'm so happy for Diallo, because this guy, this is why like Ten Hag, he has like blood on his hands, because the way he treated Diallo. Can you imagine? He got this guy got like Player of the Month award, and he benched him. You know, that destroys confidence. He benched him for the next two games for some
Especially
weird
him being
reason.
a
Because
very young
yeah,
player, one also coming from outside the UK.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, look, even and this guy went to Sunderland. You see what Sunderland posted for him today. You go and see on X. Like, he absolutely owned that championship, and he almost got Sunderland promoted single-handedly. Many of those Sunderland fans are saying that he's like their top 5 best players ever. And he just went. He was just a lone player, and every one of us know how difficult the championship is. Especially for a player like Ahmad. You see his stature and everything. It's not easy, for a player like that. So yeah, man, he's so good. Like, he's literally our best player at the moment with Mazraoui. But yeah, man, lots of positives. I hope we can keep this and get something in this first game, because we cannot. We have to win the cup competitions, because we've got Arsenal away in the FA Cup, so we've got very difficult draws, both the cups. So yeah, we have to get something, and it's Tottenham away as well. Both Arsenal away and Tottenham away for both the cups. So Amorim, he has to get into at least, not get knocked out in either competition.
I agree with you, Scala, 100%. And I've said it over here that Amorim is the right guy, but before Manchester United can get back to what it used to be 10 years ago, first thing they have to do is to get rid of certain players, which Marcus Rashford is one of them. But some people are saying Bruno Fernandes must not leave. He has to be in the football club. He is, but he doesn't have to be the captain of the football club. You guys needed some few windows, at least 4 summer windows. Like I've said over here, that will make Ruben Amorim's team very, 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 very strong. But how can Manchester United do it? How can you guys, are you guys willing to sell Rashford? Because I know he benched Rashford and Garnacho based on, he said based on hard work.
No,
If
he
you're not
didn't
training
bench him.
very well, you're not going to be
He
in his
didn't
team.
include them in the squad. He didn't bench him.
No, they were not in the squad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said because it has to do with the way they dress. They've been watching the play, the way they dress,
Yeah.
the attitude on the pitch, and how hard they train. That's how players are going to make it in this team. What do you make of that? Do you
Yeah, I
think
mean,
that?
look, these are two very different cases. If you look at Rashford, he's 27, and I think his time is up, man. I think
Don't you
for
think he's in
me,
his
the
prime?
last.
He's in his prime, isn't he?
No. That's something very misinformed, because his prime was 3 years ago. He's done. Rashford is done. He's basically uh, going down, because ever since he broke through, he just relied on his pace, and pace is something you cannot have forever. He has no football IQ. He's got nothing on the head. Which is very ironic, considering his celebration is indicating in the brain. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's not it, man. He's done. He's done at the top level, especially in the Premier League. And if you want someone like that, you have to pay big money, because he's on a very big contract, and as he he thinks he's in his prime and he will want that prime kind of money. So not only you have to pay him big money, but also you have to take on his entourage, who keeps licking his backside. So yeah, I think Rashford is done. I think he's got probably another 2 years left on the top level, and then he'll be finished. If we can cash him and get 35 or 40 million and get that wage bill off the book, that will be a big positive. I don't see him coming back. I mean, maybe Amorim might, but problem with this team is that he doesn't fit in any position. He cannot play number 9. He cannot play as an inside 10. He cannot definitely play as a 10 or a one of the 2 8s. So where does he fit? And we don't want to be we don't want our number 10 on big money in the bench. So it's like a lose situation. So that needs to be resolved in the summer or January. I saw some reports that United are willing to open to offers in January itself. Because I think Amorim, he won't tolerate all this, because he has already made his marker. Leaving your bank bread and bond player in the out of the Manchester derby, that's a big signal that you're doing something wrong. So yeah, he needs to go. With Garnacho, I've already told you I don't rate this guy. I think he's one of the most overhyped player in the league. I think he's very, very average, very average. If you look, I'm just talking about his ability. He's super average, but I'll still keep him because he has something to give off the bench. He's not a starter for me. I'll never consider him as a starting player for a Premier League winning side, but I'll keep him on the bench because he's still 20. So maybe Amorim can get something out of him. But again, I don't see him fitting into the system, because to play in one of those inside 10 positions, you need to have football IQ. And what I mentioned about Rashford, that goes with Garnacho as well. And you cannot coach football IQ. That's something you have from your youth, or you somehow become part of the system. So again, this guy, I don't know if he can get like something like 30-40 million to one of the Spanish clubs. I think that will be a good business. Again, it will be full profit as well. So yeah, this guy needs to go. So both of them needs to go. I would like to see us replace both of these with either like this guy Kudus from West Ham or Matthias Cunha from Wolves, because let's be honest, I think Southampton are done, and I guess Ipswich will go down as well. So it's between this guy Leicester and Wolves. So if Wolves go down, I think United should look into Cunha. I think that's what we want. We need that intensity player.
He's got, Cunha is a good player, but he's got some attitude where if you're not careful, it might be like another Garnacho. But what do you make of Arsenal? Arsenal can't score goals right now. They rely on set pieces. Now it's backfiring on them. They don't have as big squad. But before we go to Arsenal, Steven, what do you make? Do you think that Scala is right about what's his name again?
What, Rashford?
Oh, Rashford. Yeah, about Rashford, that he's done from football. He's only 27 years old.
Not done from football. I think he's done at United for sure. Someone to take him eventually. I don't think there's a future there at Man United, but someone to take him on eventually. And look,
would you take him at Chelsea?
Really, hell no.
Oh,
I've already said I wouldn't. We spoke about him the other day. I said I wouldn't take him at Chelsea.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a no from me, bro.
Scala, let's go to Manchester United. Manchester City. Not City, Man United. Just, oh my goodness. Arsenal. What's going on with Arsenal?
We got there in the end.
We finally got there. Arsenal.
Yeah, man, Arsenal. Look, I was so frustrated when we lost to them, because apart from those 2 corner kicks, they didn't do anything, and that was like like losing to Arsenal, like they rule the social media, and they just make the, how they'll come back. So yeah, but yeah, man, Arteta, I think that guy, I don't know why he's not getting pressurized, because everyone is pressurizing Chelsea for being on second place and spending whatever kind of money. But Arteta, I think he has spent close to 800 or 900 million, and he's got 1 FA Cup, and that too with Emery's squad. and he had two very good chances to win the league, especially the season where they were like 93% top of the league and bottled it
Bro,
towards the
2
end by
seasons
losing to
ago,
Southampton and
they're
Villa.
the team that have the history for being top for the longest duration and to not go on to
Yeah,
win the title. Chelsea have the
they
history
cannot
for
blame
being top
anyone.
for the longest time and winning it. Arsenal have the history of longest time at the top and not winning it.
and not winning it.
Yeah, and they're not going to be winning it this season. I mean, they are literally
No,
behind
bro,
you.
they're done. They're done.
Yeah.
But what
So,
makes you
and
think you're not
they
gonna
have
win it? What
completely
makes
all
what
they
makes
have
you think?
literally, yeah, within us Arteta's reign, they have like literally tried three style of play. They tried the beautiful football, they tried the pragmatic thing, and now they are
And
reverting
now they
back to
try
like
part with Bus
go back
FC
to
and set
simplicity.
pieces.
Yeah, now they are relying on set pieces, and they are not going to be winning the league. Everyone knows that. They can't even they didn't even score, they didn't even create many big chances against Everton, and we smashed Everton 4-0. They're not a good side as what they
Oh,
think.
we got
But
Everton at their ground next week. It's a bogey ground for us. Then again,
yes,
Maresca don't do bogey grounds for Chelsea because Chelsea have had loads of bogey games that we had in the past, and Maresca ain't lost one of them yet. So
yeah.
So, Scala, you
Also,
believe
one
that
big
Arsenal are
problem.
not gonna win it?
Yeah, they're not going to win. Also, one big problem they had in this transfer window, they just
Yeah.
bought one guy, Mikel Moreno, and he doesn't improve the team. They should have
and
gone all out for
Calafiore,
a striker.
they're the only and Neto as a backup keeper.
Yeah, I mean, look, Liverpool didn't do any business. Man City didn't do any business. They should have been
Liverpool
the
did Chiesa and Mamadashvili, which I like the Mamadashvili deal for the future. I actually really rate that.
yeah, but Chiesa is injured, and that goalkeeper he's not getting any game time. And Man City,
How-
like they
No,
what they
Keeper's not getting game time because he's not a Liverpool player yet. He joins them next summer.
yeah, and
But Mama
they got
Dashvili, yeah,
Gundogan
Mama
back.
Dashvili is not a Liverpool player.
They
Yeah.
got Gundogan back and probably added Savinho, but that was like a January thing. So they should have invested another like 150 million this summer. I don't know what their PSR status is. I think they
Who,
probably
Arsenal?
got Arsenal, because I don't know who did they sell. Like did they make any profits? I'm not sure, but they should have done something this summer. They should have done something to close the gap. And relying on Havertz and all these guys, Havertz is not going to get to you 20 goals. He has fit into that system, which is
Yeah.
a big thing to say itself. At
Bro,
least
their
he's
fans
doing
are finally
something.
noticing about Havertz what Chelsea have had to deal with for so many years.
Yeah, I mean, Havertz, at least he's playing, unlike that scrub at our club, Mason Mount, injured again.
Yeah.
Literally,
I
what's
kind of
that?
feel bad for him now. Like, you don't want players to get injured like that. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
he's done as well. He's gone into that Luke Shaw problem. He has this recurring injury.
He played
He's had
so much
7 injuries
so
since
early
last
that he
season.
got burnt out, and now he's just got injury after injury after
Yeah,
injury.
now he ain't coming back. That injury, whatever he has, that's going to come back and again and again. And we are wasting 250 on this guy as well. So yeah,
Just
but
quick,
coming back
as we're on Arsenal, can I quickly add something? It gets
Yeah, go for
scarier
it.
for Arsenal, right? Because do
Yeah.
you know who
Big up to
Arsenal
you,
got
Lord.
next weekend? They've got Crystal Palace next weekend.
Difficult game.
Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And Palace have just started to get into form as well.
Yeah.
Like, since Palace played Tottenham, yeah, if we look at Premier League alone, they've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, yeah? They beat Spurs, drew with Wolves, lost to Fulham, drew with Villa, drew with Newcastle, beat Ipswich, drew with City, and beat Brighton. They're big games for the most part, and they're getting points out of them now. Like, they had a terrible start to the season in games that they should be getting points in. And now against teams they shouldn't necessarily be getting points in and games in, they're picking up the points. Like,
It is true.
now
I mean,
Arsenal
it'll be
go
difficult
away
for
to
us now. Very
Selhurst.
difficult for us now here.
Oh,
Yes,
it gets even more interesting. EFL Cup, Carabao Cup, midweek, Arsenal host Palace. Then on the weekend, Palace in
They
the
go-
Premier League host Arsenal.
Goes Arsenal. So it's like a back and front with those two teams.
Back to back, yep. So actually,
Lord Vibination, big up to you, Lord. Stevie, give me a second. Big up to you, Lord Vibination in the building. Says Blue Cloud. We are working in silence. We are in the top 4 race, collecting 3 points. Yeah, we don't want to be collecting the Premier League trophy. We just want 3 points to the end of the season.
I mean, we want to, but we're not ready for it.
Kelia is leaving, and that goalkeeper will be second choice at the Lord is saying. Lord said Arsenal was too busy. I was going to say this, too busy in the summer transfer window signing leftover horrible and some and was it they were signing defenders? Yeah, leftover horrible summer window.
Bro, all they've done
Crystal Palace is
is
slowly
find
getting
centre-back.
their form back. They have a solid back line at this moment. Spoiler alert: Arsenal wins on Wednesday, but drops point versus Crystal Palace
I
at
can actually
Selhurst
see it
Park.
happening.
I can see it happening
Selhurst is a difficult place to go, unless you're Chelsea, apparently, because we got a
Because-
good record then.
because this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna prioritize the Premier League and leave the FA Cup. You get what I'm saying?
True.
So for them to secure the Premier League, they're going to rest some players. Arsenal will get a good win. And then in the Premier League, they bring all the players back, and that's where we're going to see what Arsenal have. Can they score on a run-off game? Or are they going to rely on set people?
There's a bigger question, and that's the question. Will Arsenal score or not? Will Arsenal score from open play, or will it be set pieces? That's the two questions that actually need to be asked.
Was the set pieces why they were signing so many defenders? Was that the reason?
You know what they've started doing? So you, I presume, have noticed it, as the majority of us have.
Yeah.
Arsenal now are moving away from your traditional fullback, and they're going for like hybrids, players who can play one of the fullbacks and centre back, and have the height as well. And why would they do that?
It's imbalance.
It's just for set pieces.
It brings imbalance to the team. Imbalance.
I mean, what they're doing right is, look, a Champong isn't that level yet, but he is a hybrid. He is a centre back and he is also a fullback. Yeah. But that's what Arsenal are doing. They're going for the hybrid fullback centre back, and they're just spamming in set pieces. If you rely on set pieces, which Arsenal do, eventually teams will figure you out. And as a result of that, if they figure you out and stop you on set pieces and you're not scoring from open play, it means one thing and one thing only. Your number of goals is going to decrease quite significantly.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, they're signing these hybrid fullback centre backs, like an Champong type, where he can play both. Yeah. And you're just spamming in set pieces, relying on set pieces. Once teams figure you out, which some of the teams have started to do now, you're going to struggle.
By stopping them from having goals through set pieces.
Yeah.
I saw the Everton. If you look at the advantage that Everton had lots of their centre backs. The height is right there. And Cucurella, very tall, strong.
Midfielder,
you can't bully him. Huh?
He's a midfielder, but I get your point.
Yeah, defending. When you get to defending role, he is big and tall. And Pickford, we know he's sometimes very vulnerable, but he can do bits. Command that 18 yard very well, and he did very well. He stopped Arsenal from scoring goals from set pieces. Lord Vipanation said another question is: did Everton came to score, or did North London's Stoke came to win? No, they call them Stoke City. They play like Stoke City. They go on the long balls looking for set pieces to score goals. That's what was it Bebatov. Bebatov described them as what he said, well, they're playing like Stoke City, isn't it?
Yeah.
But all right, Steven. Now we talk about Chelsea for a little bit. Talk about Chelsea. What do you make of Sanchez? We've talked about Sanchez. Sancho. His Sancho himself and the call of the team and some of this injury going on. Marco Cucurella will be missing next game.
Yeah.
Nicholas Jackson's improving and performing, scoring every other game he scores at least one goal. Nico Jackson's performance is getting better. The owners are doing the right thing. Chelsea are playing very well. They can easily win. They can easily win the the Premier League if things goes their way. And it looks like that we can't find the weaknesses of Chelsea's right now. Very young team playing very very good football. They're well drilled, just like Thomas Frank said. They're well drilled, well
even in the
disciplined,
press
and young
conferences,
and
they're well
talented.
drilled. Even in the press conferences and the interviews, they're well drilled.
Yeah,
I don't know what a title race is.
you don't know what title race is? Oh, that's what he
What
said.
Jackson said.
Yeah. Oh, what's title race? Oh, I don't know. I don't even look at the Premier League.
He was
Yeah.
told about being 2 points behind Liverpool. He said, "I didn't know. Just trying to win every game. I don't even know what a title race is."
Yeah.
Look, there's
I
been
had
well
that.
drilled in interviews to know that we're not in the title race. Yeah, personally, I don't think we are, but because that's what Maresca's saying. We're not in the title race. I don't think we are either. But to quote Maresca, we're not in the title race. There's having them well drilled in the sense that we're not in it, and then there's Nicholas Jackson. I don't know what a title race is. He took it to the next level of what is a title race.
Yeah. Santiago, big up to you, Santiago. Santiago, big up to man like Santiago in the building. Santiago said, I remember when the rival mocked Cletlake Star of buying every young talented players with high potential. Now a lot of rival fans want to do the same style as Chelsea. Absolutely, Santiago. It's not even just rival fans, our own Chelsea fans. I know a lot of them. They were against what these owners are doing. They were calling them Clown Lake. Dan called him Clown Lake many times, many times. Johnny Minerals, a clown himself, calling someone a clown. You don't even know how to wipe your butt, but you're teaching someone how to wipe his butt. You get what I'm saying? He called him Clown Lake many times. And I see potential, and I was just hoping and praying that what we're seeing now should happen. And it is happening. Now, Santiago, I'm very sure you testify to that on this platform that I was never against the American owners. Why? Because I even came over here and defended about how American owners do the work when they sack Mauricio Pochettino. It's over here everywhere. If they hire you to do a job as a finance, if they hire you to do a job as a general manager, hire you as a superintendent, they hire you as a foreman, they hire you on to put you in the job, and you don't buy the way they want to work, they will fire you. They will let you go because you don't want them to progress. You don't want them to succeed. You don't want their business to be successful. So they see you as an enemy and they'll get rid of you. It's the same thing they saw with Mauricio Pochettino. They'll get rid of you right now because this is how they feel that they will be successful. And they're always successful in the way they put up the plan. And before an American businessman come up with a plan to run a business, he has already tried it. Clear Lake, be it that Egbali Feliciano, they're not stupid. And Egbal, Todd Bowley, they're not stupid. They know what they're doing.
All I'm going to say, right, is that there was a lot of people that hated on them, yeah?
Yeah.
And look, they didn't get everything right. They made some massive mistakes, but you're going to do that in business, yeah?
Yeah.
The important thing is, for the most part, from what we've seen, they're learning from those mistakes. That is the crucial point. That's the point that needs to be remembered. Yeah? That's the way I'm looking at it. So, therefore, there's progress there in terms of the ownership, understanding things. Yeah? The other thing I would say is they bought a lot of young players because they want to dominate for a long period of time. If that means every now and then we have to flipping have 1 or 2 off years and then we come back for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, it'll hurt. But if we have a couple down years, 1, 2 down years every now and then after like 6, 7 years or whatever, where we're fighting for Champions Leagues, fighting for Premier Leagues and all this, yeah, for 7, 8, 9 years, whatever, yeah. If we then have 1 or 2 off years and then we come back and do the same thing again, I can accept that. As hard as it would be to accept the difficult periods of time, because obviously massive Chelsea fan,
Smash.
If it means we come back and we dominate for, say, a decade, yeah, and then you have 1 or 2 off years, and then you come back and dominate for a decade, 1 or 2 off years, I can deal with that.
I mean, you can't be running for a decade consistently. That's very difficult. That's
No, but
very
you'd make,
difficult. I do agree.
you'd make
I agree with what
transfers
you're
in
saying.
time to keep the team fresh, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do agree with what you're saying. Big up to you, JC. Big up to you, Todd. Santiago said, just look at Todd Bowley's LA Dodgers. Young, talented team, always in first place. Year after year. Absolutely. Todd said, hey, Neil Steven, how are you guys doing today? Now, Forest looked great on Saturday. So happy we won. Absolutely. Forest are doing a great job. Can they qualify for Europe? Can they do that? Time will tell. But like I was gonna say, I remember some of our fans were saying, look, well, these owners, some of the fans on other platforms, these owners are just coming in to get their money from Chelsea and then they'll leave the football club. Look, these owners were signing 15 years old kids, 16 and 17, 18. What should I tell you? They're here for longevity, not short term. And they can't even get any money out of the football club as is being stated. They'll be here for, they can only take money out of the football club after a decade. 10 years before they can get something out. I mean, obviously, there's a way they can get money out of the football club, which we would not know. But still, whatever they're doing, whatever fans want to see is the progress, the trajectory of the football club, and it's going on. This is all we want. We all wanted to see. Oh, they spent 1 billion on players that are not even in the football club. They counted all of them as the amount that Chelsea have spent, because we got Kendrick, we have Estavio Williams, who is in the Brazilian league. Chelsea spent almost about 50-60 million on him. 30-something million, 50 million on PS, who is still in Colombia. Is it Colombia?
Who's in Colombia?
Ecuador, right? Estavio, no Estavio, Kennedy PS. Ecuador, right? Yeah, who is that? Ecuador. But all these media are calculating all this money as what Chelsea have spent at the football club now. There is defenders, Ansumini and Ansumina, and so many of them also. What's his name again? Santos. All of these players, they're not in the football club. They're on loan. They are on loan.
Paez hasn't arrived yet. Esteval hasn't arrived yet.
So imagine
Penders hasn't arrived yet.
So when the teams start growing and some of the players are fading out, you have Estavio coming in. Cole Palmer can be sold after winning all the trophies: Champions League, Ballon d'Or, Premier League, multiple Premier League, 2 or 3 Premier League with Chelsea, because he's very young. At 28, sell him to Real Madrid for 150 or 200 million, or even more. Then you have Estavio Williams playing the number 10 role, because that is preferred position that he can play. You have Kendrick PS also there. He can play number 10. So many players there. What are we thinking? This is meant to be good, but not to be negative against his owners. It's a good thing at the football club. And I'm very, very happy as a Chelsea fan when I turn my TV on. Just last season, goodness sake, I was sitting here watching Chelsea play and I keep sleeping. Against this team, what's the team? The one? No, Maridion. No, it's not Maridion. The other Nigerian striker, their team.
I think
they've been relegated or something.
Forest.
I don't know. Was it Forest? Yeah, it was Forest. No, it was
Taiwan.
Yeah, their team.
Yeah, Forest.
I was sleeping here, and we lost that game.
I was at the game. How do you think that
I can't imagine how you felt, Steven. I was even here sleeping, and you were at the game. There was no happiness. Either we drew or we lost that game. Either
Do you
we
know
drew or
what?
we
Yeah,
lost.
there was some positives last year, like when we had about 14 injuries and still whooped Tottenham's backside. That was fun,
Yeah, that was fun.
but the majority of it was painful.
Yeah, but that game, Steven, it was Tottenham's game to win, not to lose. What the hell with that highlight? What the hell
Tottenham
with that
Hotspur,
highlight?
it's happened again. That's all I'm saying.
Goodness. But it's been incredible. I love what I'm seeing now, and I'm very happy. I love it because I've supported it. I'm very happy that I saw the bigger picture. More or less, some other Chelsea fans. Now Santiago was right here. Santiago always support that and support the project. I've supported it. Santiago, I remember Santiago always talking about you guys are not seeing the bigger picture. You guys are not seeing it. I'm sure JC also supported the program, if I can remember.
I was there. I just wanted some experience to come in with it to support them.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, there was a picture, Steven. There was a picture with that abuser. What do you call it? John Obi Mikel is what they call him, right? People call him John Obi Mikel. Is that his name? John Obi Mikel?
Mikel with Osimhen's agent and
Yeah.
the sporting directors of Chelsea.
And then Feliciano and Biedat Ekbali. What is going on? They're thinking of bringing Osimhen.
If we do that, we're actually in the mud. Bro, I said it before, I'll say it again. I don't want Victor Osimhen here, and one of the main reasons is he's African like Jackson, which means, before anyone gets on my case, it's nothing to do with their background, other than the one thing to do with their background, Africa Cup of Nations.
That's the background.
Was meant to be in the summer for the last 3-4 tournaments. All 3-4 got moved to the winter, which is where they used to play it, was in the winter time. Yeah? If that keeps up and we have Victor Osimhen and Nicholas Jackson at our club, we then have no striker. We will be absolutely effed. And then people go,
the wrong move.
Oh,
it's not about the talent of the player.
It's not about talent or no talent or whatever you want to call it. It's as simple as black and white as you can't afford to have your two main strikers be African strikers, because when AFCON rolls around and they get selected for their nation, what are you going to do?
You're losing all of them.
Exactly.
Both players are representing their respective clubs, countries. So you're losing all your strikers. You're number one and you're number two.
Remember in the summer, I said, if it was up to me, I'd go for 2 strikers. Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, it was before the summer. It was about me. I said, I'd go for Girasay, and I'd go for Victor Gyökeres.
Girasay, another African.
Yeah, but if you get Gyökeres as well, he's European.
Yeah, but Girasay is an African.
Yes.
You already have.
That was my whole point, was you get both. Yeah. Then you got them and Jackson. Yeah.
Well, you can't have both. How are you going to develop McGee?
Loans? Strasbourg?
No. You don't want to loan him.
Strasbourg, man.
No, you don't want to loan him. He's going to be better.
He's not getting minutes. Just loan him to Strasbourg. Simple.
Well, he's the one that played for you in that cold weather.
On top of that, we didn't have Guy when I suggested that idea in the first place.
Okay. But
we got Guy in the summer, remember? I was suggesting this idea
about now. Let's talk about now.
No, but I was saying that was my whole thing before the summer was go get both of those, and then you've got a European one there as well. One of the best European ones, arguably. So then you don't have that issue.
I would not have, if I was Chelsea, I'll have one top European striker, one top African striker, and one top South American striker. The South American one will be my backup for third striker. That's what I do. When I'm going for a striker from South America, I'll make sure he's that kind of Aguero kind of a striker, the Gyökeres type of a striker. And then either Africa one or European one will be the natural, the natural number 9, who always turn their back, they face their back
Well, you
towards the
got Jackson
goalkeeper
to do that.
to receive the ball. Jackson does
You've
that.
already got Jackson.
And very, very strong one. Very strong. You're talking about I'm talking about the Drogba type. Very strong. Jackson.
You can
get
always
bullied
improve. You
sometimes.
can always get more muscle. That's something that can literally be developed.
I don't think Jackson is built that way. No matter what he
But
eats,
you can
he's
get
not
built
going to
that way.
build that way
That is something that you can get someone to be.
to help you get that.
That's something that can be done. You can coach, even though it's not coaching. Yeah,
Don't you think
you can improve somebody's
physique?
build in terms of muscle and their physique in terms of muscle. You cannot improve pace.
That's what I'm saying. Don't you think that
cannot
can affect his
improve
pace?
height because they're natural factors. Your
Oh yeah,
pace
you
is
can
your
improve.
pace.
You
can make
can.
marginal improvement.
True,
You can make
true
marginal
surgery.
improvement. You can make marginal improvements on your pace, but it's nothing significant. So you technically can't teach pace. You cannot teach height.
What about Duran? John Duran right now? How much you think it's gonna cost?
They go want stupid money.
Yeah, because they wanted too much. The guy has some.
They wanted like 40
60,
million in the summer or
40, yeah,
something.
40 at that time in summer.
So imagine now.
And then we were like, this guy hasn't got enough minutes in the Premier League. Why 40 million?
I still wouldn't go for him.
Why 40 million?
Nee, let me put it this way, right? I rate what I've seen from him this season. Bear in mind, I go to Chelsea games, so the amount of minutes I can watch on other players is very limited. But from what I've seen of him this season, impressive. But he's not been a consistent regular starter because they got Ollie Watkins. Therefore, not only would they want a lot of money, but I've not seen enough of him as your starting main striker to go, yeah, I'll slap down the money for that. The money that you'll want for that. Because they'll want, again, probably 60, 70, 8 million. Something stupid for no reason. Yeah. So for me, say it was him or it was Gyökeres, I'm still going Gyökeres. I know Gyökeres has proven himself in Europe. Yes, it's in Portuguese league, but he's done it on the European stage in terms of European competition with UEFA as well.
Yeah,
I've seen that. I have more. There's more information and data and videos of him being the main man than what there is for John Duran. So you take the one that's the more known quantity, so to speak, than the one that's lesser known.
yeah.
But they'll probably require the same amount of money because it's Aston Villa. So go for the more known quantity.
Exactly. Santiago said also Ferguson Wood or the guy from Newcastle.
Forest, or he's on about Isak.
Yeah, Alexander Isak. Yeah, and he said that you guys still remember Sesko, Benjamin Sesko.
Unfortunately,
Sesko,
he's tall and he somehow hasn't scored many headers from what I remember.
Yeah, he is very big and tall. And
how are you tall and you struggle to score headers?
Steven, it's not easy for tall people to score headers. It's not easy. Unless they're more athletic.
I'm 6'3". I can guarantee you I'll score more headers than what he scored.
Do you know Jean Kola? The Czech Republic is that Czech Republic striker.
From when?
That Croatia, Jean Kola.
From
when?
One
of the
From when?
What do you mean? I'll say maybe
How long ago?
four World Cups ago. He was the tallest striker in the tournament, and it's not just tall. What year? 4 World Cups ago, or maybe 5 World Cups. Jean Kola or whatever you call him. It's Czech Republic striker, or either Czech Republic or Croatia. Croatia striker. Let me put it here. Maybe I might get it from here. Top Croatian striker. They have Davosuka.
Croatia or what?
Huh?
Croatia or what?
Croatia or Czech Republic. Czech Republic top striker and tall.
Well, neither one of those were at the 2010 World Cup.
I think he was in the 2010 World Cup. He was in there.
Well, he can't be if it was one of those two nations.
Okay, let me see. Who was the tallest Czech Republic or Croatian striker in the World Cup? That guy, I can't see the name. Ivo Kalovok. No. Yeah, his name is Jean Kola. Jean Kola, 1973, 30th of March 1973. He's age 51 right now. Look, that's the name. Let me put the name in the comments. You can find him. He goes by the name Jean Kola. Very tall. I'm trying to find his height. If I can find his height.
Okay. Koller.
Yeah, Koller. Yeah, he is 6'8". That's how tall this guy was. Tall and big. Tall and big.
He retired in 2011.
Oh, 2011. No, yeah, that's a while ago. He was in the World Cup. This guy could not score goals.
World Cup,
A while ago. He was in the World Cup. I can't remember which exact World Cup, but he'd been in the World Cup. Yeah, 2006 World Cup.
You know, sometimes you're so helpful.
Yeah, I know I am. 206, Stephen. 2006 FIFA World Cup. He was in the World Cup. Now I've told you. Go and search for him. Jean Kola. He was a beast. You cannot just bully him up, but he doesn't score header, nothing. He won't give you nothing. He's just in the way.
So it's pointless.
Yeah, he's just in the way. Yeah. He played for Dortmund. Steven, he played for Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund. 2006. Yeah, he was with Dortmund. Let me share my screen.
I'm not on StreamYard at a sec. I'm just checking something.
Yeah, let me share my screen so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Can you imagine? I'm on Wikipedia today.
Boo.
Boo. That's him over there. That's him over there on the screen.
He played for Sparta Prague.
Yeah, and then he played for Borussia Dortmund also. Later in the career, that was in 1 million in a deal. So yes, Sparta Prague right there. Look, Karen, some division, maybe.
Lucaren. They're from the Belgian First Division. It tells you right next to it.
Oh, okay, yeah, Belgian First Division. Right here, he plays for Borussia Dortmund.
Sparta Prague.
He was there for several years. Yeah, he was there for several years.
5 years, barely played in the last year.
Played for Monaco. He also played for Monaco.
Nuremberg in Germany as well.
Yep. What is it? Cannes. No, Cannes. He plays for Czech Republic also for 55 times. He scored 55 goals for Czech Republic.
55 goals. He played 91 times.
Yeah. He appears 51 and 91 times. So that's impressive, isn't it? That's impressive. Yeah. He plays more than half of his appearance.
No, he scores in more than half. He doesn't play more than half. You can't play more than half of your appearances. You play all your appearances.
Yeah, he scored more than his appearances. More than half of his appearances. Yeah. That's decent.
You keep confusing yourself. 1 minute he played more than 50 of his appearances, even though that's literally impossible. And then the next minute he scored more than his appearances.
Shut up over there.
Okay, bye, Nick.
Santiago said the directors found Jackson at Villarreal, and perhaps we can find another young, talented striker from
I
La
don't
Liga
want one at the
again.
moment. I
We
want a
already got one,
proven one now.
Santiago. We have what's his name, McGee. He's I don't know, but it's very difficult to see if he's gonna work for Chelsea. It's very, very difficult. His body movement, he doesn't have that skill set. He's just bulky and he runs, and you don't see if he's gonna. I don't know how to rate this guy. It's very difficult trying to get something out of McGee, the way he runs, and he doesn't have that skill set. Steven, you agree like Jackson has, or maybe Drogba has? He's not a world
Who's
beater.
that?
Should I say world beater?
Who?
McGee. Do,
No,
do,
he's not
do
a
you get
world
that?
beater,
Do you
no.
get that vibes when he pick up the ball? Do you have any hopes that he's gonna score a goal when he's on the ball?
I'm more confident in him scoring now than I was last season. I still don't know how he missed that
He joined,
chance
he joined
yesterday.
this season, Steven. He joined this season. He wasn't there last season.
Jackson. You said
No,
Jackson.
I was talking about McGee.
Oh, but
McGee.
you said Jackson.
No, he said that we should get another striker from the Spanish league, and I said McGee. We already have McGee, but that guy sometimes I don't know how to really describe him. I know he's
I mean,
very
he's
young.
18 years old. He'll
18 years,
develop.
yeah, he's got a lot of time to develop. But sometimes when he's on the ball, he doesn't. I don't get that vibes that this guy has. Will I say he has time to improve to get better from the way he even touches the ball. But it may be he's a striker. I mean, I could be wrong. But Santiago, yeah, we already have another Spaniard. We have a Brazilian player. I don't even know what to do with him. David Washington. We barely see him play.
Just
I
sell
don't know
him
if
to
he's injured.
Strasbourg at this point.
Yeah, him. I'll prefer this. Either they send him somewhere to go and kick football.
Bro, just sell him to Strasbourg. We got literally a club we can send him to.
Then we make money in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, I'm going to have to look into this person.
Who's that?
Chelsea have just been linked with a striker who's currently on loan at Nuremberg, who's 18 years old, and they're Greek.
Yeah, we gotta do homework. We got homework to do.
He's
I'm
playing
sure
in the
Steven's gonna sleep
Bundesliga 2 at the moment for Nuremberg on loan. He's played 13 matches this season, scored 7 goals and got 2 assists.
Oh, there's a press conference for the ladies, right?
We play Real Madrid tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah, there's a press conference. Yeah, Real Madrid tomorrow press conference.
I thought the conference had already been done.
Yeah. All right, Steven, we're gonna drop it off today. We've done it. We've done our best. Wonderful people that will be listening. Santiago and
Smash
Todd.
the like button.
JC. JC, it's been a while. Hope you're doing well. You're getting ready for Christmas. Santiago, are you also getting prepared for Christmas? And Lord Vip Nation, Hams, and then my friend Randall. I hope you guys are all doing wonderful. Scala came on and he was gone. I turned around. I was like, "Where's Scala?" He was getting the conversation very interesting, and all of a sudden, he vanished. But anyway, Scala United, Scala G. Thank you very much, everyone that came on the show today. It's it's been we've touched on almost everything. So I'll just buy gift cards. Santiago said you buy gift cards and send it to people. You know, when I remember about, was it 25 years ago when I was in I was back home in Africa, what we used to do every Christmas, you know what I do? My dad goes to the factory and buys about 50 or 60 chickens. And a day I can butcher about 20 to 30 pieces a day. He can buy 50, 60 a day, and within 4 days they're all gone. And he has to go and buy another one. What I do, I butcher them, clean them up, take all the guts and everything out of the chicken, and then give it to family members. And then after that, every Christmas time, Christmas Eve, he does a party where he invites the whole family members, friends, and everyone comes to the house and eat. That's something that I always remember with my dad. I always remember that. I can't forget. Anytime it's Christmas, I remember the stuff that he used to do during Christmas time, and I love it. He used to buy all those drinks and chicken, and here I want to do the same thing, but I don't have any family members here to do that. My family members are in North Carolina, and here in America we don't practice those things. If you want to buy your chicken, you want chicken, you go to the grocery store, go get it from there. So I just do it I just do it all by myself. That's why I have a chicken farm here. But anyway, Stephen, latest Brandons.
Everyone's hope.
Can you imagine? I didn't allow my lower head to blow around. But anyway, we're done. All right, guys. So thank you very much. I always say, Lil Desperandons, hang on to home, and we'll be back again same time tomorrow. Bye for now.
You are a winner. Stand tall, be proud. In the face of doubt, you shout it loud. Feel the strength, let it in. With every step, you're gonna win. You are a winner, feel no pain. You are a winner, feel no pain. Yeah, I woke up feeling like a champion. Every move I make, I got the stamina. Eyes on the prize, never lose sight. Grinding every day, pushing through the night. Got the fire in my soul, never